Hi everyone, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. Today is Wednesday, October 9th, 2024. Hurricane Milton is supposed to make landfall there in Florida maybe late tonight, tomorrow morning. It's evidently going to be a historic hurricane, going to be a lot of destruction. I just hope they don't steer this further inland for Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, things like that. Sending prayers. Yeah, our government really dropped the ball on Hurricane Helene. Anyways, in the news today, there was an earthquake back on the 5th in Iran that many are speculating could have been a nuclear test. It was either a magnitude 4.6 or a 4.5, depending on who you want to listen to. It was centered in Semnan province at a shallow depth of just 10 kilometers. The quake was felt in Tehran, approximately 110 kilometers away, at around 10:45 p.m. local time. Following the tremor, a weak aftershock was reported in Israel, agitating online debate about a possible nuclear test. I have said for years and years Iran does have nuclear weapons. The first one they bought many years ago from Pakistan. Here are the reports that were submitted to EMSE at the time. While sitting on a sofa and watching TV, I felt moving right and left. Just once, my son heard a sound from the roof. Now that came from Iran, 117 kilometers west from where this earthquake, or whatever it was located. So that would be about 72 miles west. Another one, the same distance, said they had a little sound and a shake. This one I'm going to have to translate. I was sleeping and I felt shaking for about 5.6 seconds. The chandelier also shook. A little bit farther, 130 kilometers west, said acceleration seemed to less than 1 gallon, just like a simple punch to the back of a desk. Another came from Tehran. I felt a brief but sudden shake and heard a slight noise from the building, Central Tehran. We'll look at more in a minute, but I had at that time marked out all the earthquakes, the major earthquakes that they do have in Iran, and there is a lot of them. There very well could be a fault line along here. Let me bring this back. Okay, so where is Tehran? My computer is running a little bit slow. Let's see. So it's kind of west of that area. Is that it? I don't know. Let's see if it clears up. Okay. Google Earth has 2 different locations. That's not a very big... So that's probably not it. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, that's larger. So that's probably it right there. Maybe. Alright, so let's come back out and look at the location of the earthquake. Let me draw a little map here so you can see it better. Pull this over. Right there. Is it going to work? Yeah, okay. Many social media users quickly connected the earthquake to a potential covert nuclear test by Iran. One user on X, it used to be called Twitter, speculated Iran has gone nuclear since that night. They used to test bombs 10 kilometers below the surface. That's how deep this earthquake was, which is about 6 miles, in Semnan to ensure minimum radiation exposure. And it resulted in a 4.6 scale earthquake, is what they posted, which was recorded by seismographs. Here's one Twitter post, or X post. A 4.5 earthquake hit Iran yesterday. Rumors are that it was a nuclear test. In February of 2013, an earthquake in North Korea turned out to be a nuclear test. A November 17th Iran earthquake, also dubbed as a nuclear test. Iran capable to gather enough fissile material in a week's time. What's reality? And they got a map here. I can't make it any larger. I was hoping I could click on it. They have different locations marked on here, like Espen Nuclear Research Facility, a uranium mine, another uranium mine, another, a milling plant. They also have Engineering Defense Research. Now this is all close to where this quake occurred. Let me bring this up a little bit. Bomb Research and Development. Here is where they have the Suspected Nuclear Research Center. The Cyclone Acceleration Research. The University of Tehran Atomic Energy. Jabir Research and Convention, another research center. Plasma Physics Research, more uranium enrichment, another area where they do uranium enrichment. Yeah, heavy water plant, so that's all within this location. This post here was from October 7th, saying Iran conducts first ever nuclear bomb test. Mysterious seismicity in Iranian desert sparks rumors. Is Iran preparing for the ultimate response if Israel attacks? A 4.5 magnitude seismic was reported. Semnan province, the earthquake has sparked suspicion. Okay. One person also posted the seismic wave. Now notice how this is bowed. Yeah, bowed signatures are often the sign of an explosion. Yeah, and it's got a long P wave on it. This one's got popping, but see it is bowed right there. If I can bring it down a little bit farther for you. And they also added a video for whatever, but if it was under the ground, it would not look like this at all. It would probably just rise or make the ground rise up and then sink after the explosion. This is not it, but this is what was posted. Now, yeah, they're trying to set up that 4 forms of government or 4 forms of control. Yeah, they're trying to do that right now. And yeah, something happens where it falls apart. But when Satan shows up, yeah, it's all going to come together. Total control of education, politics, finances, and religion. Yeah, and the Antichrist is going to show up there on Mount Zion there in Israel. Anyways, a little bit off subject there. Sorry, I rant. But here's all the earthquakes in the past that I have documented. Throughout history, yeah, earthquakes have been the greatest disaster of wiping out populations of people. It's just amazing how many people have died from earthquakes, more so than probably disease or war or famine, things like that. I don't know if you can see them all. I got listed here. Yeah, a lot of 6s, a lot of 7s. Let's see, we got an 8.0 back in 1668, a 7.5 in 1944, 1957, a 7.1. Yeah, it's amazing that there's even people left to propagate because of these disasters that they've had. And it's all the way down over here too. Yeah, just amazing. So a lot of people are comparing the location, the depth of this recent earthquake to those that happened in the past there in North Korea and the one other there in Iran. Maybe if there was satellite images of the location to see if there is any signs in the ground from where it, puffed up during the test and then dropped back down. But I have not been able to find any satellite images of this location. It is remote, So it could very well just be an earthquake. Like I said, I believe that Iran has had nuclear weapons. The location would be good for a nuclear test, being out there in the desert. I don't see any roads, but this image here was from May of this year, and they very well could have flown something in there. I don't see any small villages for prying eyes, things like that. Oh, I wanted to go back to these felt reports here on EMSC. Another one said it was felt in Tehran. It was a short shake. Said it woke them up when they were trying to sleep. I felt a gentle shake. Let's see here. I and my family, a shake on the sofa, and the lamp also started to shake too. 141 kilometers west. So that would be about 87 miles west. And then the last one I had to translate says, I was sitting on a chair when I felt the movement of the pendulum in the room for a moment, a maximum of 2 seconds. I quickly left the room, and strangely, none of the chandeliers or pendulums were moving. So that would be about 90 miles west of where this, whatever it was, this mysterious shaking occurred. If it was a nuclear test, yeah, they probably want Israel to know, a show of force, because of all the things that have been going on there in the Middle East. Israel is currently threatening to bomb at least their oil infrastructures there, and so people have been stocking up on gas and oil and different things for their own personal use. Yeah, this is probably the closest we've ever been to a nuclear war ever since the Cuban crisis. So what are your thoughts? Do you think these are more signs of the end times, heading into the end times? Do you think it was just, in fact, a random earthquake? You know, you can see that there is a mountain ridge built here. There probably could be a very likely possibility of a fault. Yeah, you just don't know. But they do have a lot of large earthquakes there in Iran. What are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you all. Bye.